Solve the absolute value inequality. Give the solution in both interval and graph form. To begin to understand this problem, we need to know what it's asking us. So it's telling us I want to find all the numbers that are less than 7 units away from 0. So if I draw a number line here, here's my -7 and here's my +7. So I want all the numbers that are 7 units or less away from 0. So that would be all the numbers in between here. So x would have to be greater than -7, but it also has to be less than 7 so that it would satisfy this equation. So in this case, my x is equal to -x plus 6. So I'm going to replace this value here with -x plus 6. So now -7 has to be less than or equal to -x plus 6 less than or equal to 7. Because again, we want all the numbers between -7 and 7. So that's how we have to write this inequality so we can begin to solve it. So -7 is less than or equal to the absolute value of -x plus 6 minus 7. So for now, we're going to forget about these absolute value symbols. So we can kind of just ignore them for now. So I'm going to erase them. Okay, and then I'm going to solve for the inequality. It's like a 3-part inequality. So I'm going to undo what's being done to the variable. So I'm going to subtract 6 from each side. And we get -13 is less than or equal to -x less than or equal to 1. Now I don't want -x, I want positive x. So I'm going to take and I'm going to divide everything by -1. And recall that when we divide or multiply by a negative number, we have to switch the inequality symbols. So negative divided by a negative gives me a positive. So 13 is greater than or equal to x here, and then greater than or equal to -1. So then I want all the numbers that are less than 13 but greater than -1. So if we put our -1 here, and I don't know if I have enough lines in between here, so we're just going to say that this is equal to 13. I want x has to be less than or equal to 13. So that means I'm going to shade to the left. And x has to be greater than or equal to -1. So that means I'm going to shade to the right. So it would be all the numbers in between. So the answer for this would be, in graph form, would be this part. And in interval form, it would be from -1 to +13. So again, when you're trying to solve these kind of problems, think of what it's asking you. If you have an understanding of what an absolute value is, it would be easier for you to see what they're asking you to do so that you can begin to solve these type of problems.